Gomani Jire Bahuini Ushla agus we're gate fáilte go dtíon ócáid specialta se inniu. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and you're all very welcome to the National Lottery Good Causes Awards live from the historic Round Room here at Dublin's Mansion House. Today's ceremony may be virtual, but it is celebrating the very real work and impact of so many organisations across the country. We're joined by Irish Sign Language interpreters Catherine and Veronica, who'll be with us throughout the ceremony. Today is a celebration of our 36 amazing finalists, and you can see them all on the screen here behind me. You will soon. We'll travel the length and the breadth of the country meeting our incredible finalists throughout today's ceremony, and I'll guide you through category by category. Along the way, we'll also be joined by some famous faces to help us announce this year's winners. So now, to get us started, I'm delighted to invite Andrew Algio, CEO of the National Lottery, to welcome you all.
Welcome to the National Lottery Good Causes Awards 2021. My name is Andrew Algio and I'm the CEO of the National Lottery. Today's awards celebrate the generous, optimistic, determined, inspiring people who drive the good causes of Ireland. In many tangible ways, these people define, build and nurture our communities from Dunfanaghy to Baltimore, Dunleary to Blacksod Bay. Altogether, it is a kaleidoscope of the magic of what people do for people, true community. Through the thousands of good causes in Ireland, these people have profound and diverse impacts on us all. Young imaginations unleashed through books, writing and art. Immigrants who know they belong to a people who feel enriched by their inclusion. People with disabilities forging ahead, cherished. Old souls valued and dancing. Bodies and minds made strong by competition, team, exercise and discipline. Harm and wrongdoing understood, acknowledged and the victim championed. Talents fueled to achieve their full potential. Anxiety and depression heard and shared. Self-worth rebuilt. Minority voices loud and proud. Our native language vitalised. Faith reaffirmed. Together. The dispossessed acknowledged, sheltered and their potential made accessible. Our stories and history unearthed, loved and told. These awards are to recognise these people, their magnificent personal and collective achievements, and to say thank you for what they do for us all. The National Lottery has been providing funding for good causes since 1987. We are fortunate to have that purpose. And now I have enormous pleasure in introducing our guest of honour, on Taoiseach Micheál Martin, who will open today's celebrations and awards.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be here and speaking to you as guest of honour at the National Lottery Good Causes Awards 2021. This is a great opportunity to celebrate the inspiring work being carried out by thousands of individuals, organisations, projects and clubs all over Ireland. Today is about recognising the particular success of a number of groups in a number of important categories. But the work that all of the sector does is quite simply phenomenal, and the impact on your local communities is extraordinary. This impact has been facilitated in many instances and strengthened in many others by the welcome support received from the National Lottery Good Causes funding. To put the scale of this support into context, it is worth noting that to date, National Lottery players have raised over 5.8 billion for good causes. Nearly 30 cents in every €1 spent on National Lottery games goes back to support good causes all over the country every year. In 2020 alone, the National Lottery raised almost €5 million every week for thousands of good causes. It has had a significant impact on the Irish economy since its establishment in 1987, and in that same time frame, it has had an equally important social impact. The provision of funds to support good causes has had a particular positive impact in the areas of youth, sports, recreation, health, arts, culture, national heritage and the Irish language. That funding continues to directly enhance the quality of life of our communities and citizens, which has been more important than ever during the difficult year we have been through. Each of you, the 36 finalists for these awards, exemplify that spirit, and I'm deeply impressed by the impact that you have made. I don't wish to dwell too long on the challenges which we as a society have faced over the past year. However, I do think it's important to recognise the very special role that all of you as finalists, all entrants in the awards, and indeed all those individuals and groups around the country who have accessed National Lottery funding have played in supporting your communities during COVID-19. It is clear that we have a vibrant community and voluntary sector which has risen to the challenge and shown innovation in a variety of different ways. You have helped ensure that services could continue and community supports could remain in place throughout the pandemic. You have played a key part in the great national effort to deal with COVID-19. I'm delighted to see such diversity among the finalists across projects in the 6 categories: sport, health, wellbeing, heritage, arts, culture, community and youth. Naturally, I'm especially delighted to see a healthy number of Cork-based projects included among the finalists. That said, all of you across the country can take comfort that I've played no role whatsoever in the judging process. The special award in recognition of some outstanding work done in the promotion of the Irish language is particularly welcome. Táim ann hosta, gúil an Gaeilge á ceiliúradh an meallach seo, agus b'bhailm an tághaí na hiorthóirí. So many of you have been making important contributions to your communities over the years, often under the radar and in a low-key fashion. Today is an important and timely recognition of that contribution. The awards and this ceremony today provides me with a very welcome opportunity to show my appreciation for all of your hard work. And all I can say is a very heartfelt thank you. God of míle míle maithagh go léir. Congratulations. Well done to each and every one of you.
Agus gur maith féin. Thank you so much, Taoiseach. And we might be apart for this year's ceremony, but as we know, social media can and does bring our close together. So tell us who you're supporting today. Who are you watching today's event with? Don't be shy. Snap your pictures and share them on social media with the hashtag #GoodCausesAwards and get involved. And we're here to honour the incredible work of our finalists from every corner of the country and every sector. You can see them all here on the screen behind me, can you? Yes, indeed, there they are. Hello, everyone. That's fantastic. Before we launch into our categories, let's chat to a couple of them. Where's Elena from Children's Books Ireland? Unmute yourself, Elena, and have a chat with me.
Hi, Grania. How are you?
Hello there. Elena, your mission is to make every child a reader. How do you guys go about achieving that?
Sometimes it's a matter of just getting books into children's hands where they mightn't otherwise have had them. Last year was a really big year for us in terms of sending books out to schools and homeless services, hospitals and direct provision centres. We gave away 18,000 books last year. And part of the work is encouraging their various adults and sharing our own enthusiasm and supporting the artists who are making incredible work for them as well.
I can hear the enthusiasm from here. Thank you, Elena. And where's Donnan from Letterkenny Cathedral Quarter? Donnan, if you unmute yourself, we can have a quick chat as well. Donnan, your achievements in the Letterkenny Cathedral Quarter really are a testament to a shared vision and teamwork. What was the most important lesson that you've learned along the way?
Thanks very much, Grania. No, I suppose the best lesson I learned is that no one group can do it by themselves or no one individual, and it's been a series of collaborations with different organisations, the Tidy Towns, the County Council, and just working together. And there's so many other groups I haven't mentioned, but it's just collaborations is the key to success, I think.
Absolutely, Donnan. As the old Irish saying goes, everybody here behind me, all of our finalists, wishing you all the very best of luck. So there they are. These are the people we're celebrating today. Their work, their commitment and their dedication. It makes a real difference to the lives of others. So now, without further delay, to our awards. Our first category is Heritage. We have 6 wonderful finalists, so let's meet them.
My name is Micheál Martin T.D. and I'm the manager of the CORK Folklore Project. Since 1996, the CORK Folklore Project has recorded, preserved and shared the unique stories, memories and folklore of the people of Cork.
I'm Orla Egan, creator of the Cork LGBT Archive that gathers and shares information about the rich history of Cork's lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender communities.
Hello, my name is Nuala Madigan. I'm the Chief Executive Officer with the Irish PEATLAND Conservation Council. This is one of our nature reserves, Lullymore West, known as a butterfly haven.
Hi, I'm Marion Akerman. And I'm Donna Byrne. And together we manage McDonagh Junction Shopping Centre in Kilkenny. Our project, Kilkenny Famine Experience, relays the stories of the victims and survivors from the Kilkenny Union Workhouse.
My name is Donald Harvey and I'm the Secretary of the community group Letterkenny Cathedral Quarter. Our mission is to regenerate the historical Church Lane, Street and surrounding areas to create a vibrant, historical, cultural quarter in the heart of Letterkenny to be enjoyed by visitors and locals alike.
My name is Aoife McPartlin and I am part of the team at the WRI Wildlife Hospital in Navan.
Our hopes are quite simple. We really want to engage people. We want to educate them on the importance of our wildlife and all it has to offer, not just the environment, but ourselves. And we will bring everyone with us on this very exciting journey.
And I'm delighted to meet you all and congratulations on being our finalists. We can see from the video that heritage means something different to each of you, but Thomas from CORK Folklore Project, what was it that motivated you to protect and preserve Ireland's heritage in your own way?
Yeah, well, Grania, we've been recording the memories and folklore of the people of Cork since 1996, so all of us individually would have had our own experiences when we were children, getting to know older people and beginning to understand the value in every single person's story. So we've been committed to that since 1996 and it's the 25th anniversary this year, so it's fantastic to be here with you on that anniversary year.
Absolutely, and we're delighted to have you. Orla from CORK LGBT Archive. This must be new work, is it? These are stories that possibly haven't really been heard before.
No, it's very much about taking a rich history that was a hidden history and trying to bring that history to light and enabling people to engage with that history in lots of different ways. So you can see some of the exhibition behind me there that people can kind of come and see and engage with. There's also the digital archive, there's a book, there's a film. So there's lots of ways that people can engage with that history. And COVID inspired us to develop the interactive walking tour as well. So it's very much about trying to bring that history to life, knowing that there was this incredibly rich history of activism and looking at social change and bringing that to people.
Nuala from the Irish Peatland Conservation Council, what you're doing really is in the news at the moment now with decarbonisation and the important work that our peatland does for the environment.
Yes, peatlands have many benefits and they benefit for all of us really. They're the largest store of terrestrial carbon in the world. They're a water regulator. They're an inspiration to artists and poets. During COVID, we saw how people wanted to escape and enter into our outdoor spaces. And of course, unique biodiversity. And I suppose why we're here today is, you know, Europe's most threatened butterfly. We manage and monitor it on our reserve, Lullymore West.
And Marion from Kilkenny Famine Experience, this is something that really touches us at the core of our being, doesn't it? It's not a long time ago.
That's right, Grania. Very recent history for every family, really, that lives in Ireland, and not just Ireland, across the globe. We've had huge interest from the descendants of the people that survived the famine and went out, especially the orphan girls. So the project is a mixture of the human stories from the Kilkenny Union Workhouse and the discovery of over 970 human remains on site, which were unmapped, undocumented. So described as the most significant discovery in the world relating to the Irish famine because of the osteoarchaeology that was carried out.
I made a documentary on it myself. It is so fascinating. And Don, and again, we were only talking a couple of minutes ago and you talked about collaboration, but what drives you guys in particular?
I suppose it's the importance of our own built heritage. and to show that, especially here in Letterkenny, that before we always didn't really get a favourable review by tourists, but we wanted to show that Letterkenny had a soul, and that's what, when tourists want to come out, they want to find out what the history of the area is and to tell that story, and that's what's been driving us on for the past number of years.
That's a fantastic slogan. Letterkenny has soul. Feels like a new Commitments movie on the way. Heidi from Wildlife Rehabilitation Ireland. Obviously, this is such important work, but it's probably done in not the nicest of weather often. How do you keep going? Heidi, can you hear me? Maybe, are you unmuted, Heidi?
Sorry about that, yes.
No problem at all. Could you hear my question?
I could, thank you. Yes, the volunteers are extremely dedicated. It's been amazing. We set up a wildlife hospital about 3 months ago. It's the first one in Ireland. And we've had people come from all corners, builders, and they've put together the most extraordinary building and place. So even though the weathers can be bad, we've had a lot of support from the general public. Obviously, we need lots more. It's only the beginning. So, but it's been extraordinary watching the dedication from people, because I suppose we do value our wildlife, and we don't want to turn away any injured animals.
Indeed.
So obviously, you can imagine we're very busy.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, aren't they incredible? So many different ways of protecting and promoting Ireland's wonderful, rich heritage. And now I'm delighted to call on fashion designer, stylist, campaigner, leadership guru and broadcaster Sonia Lennon to announce the winner of the Heritage category. Sonia, over to you.
Ireland's rich heritage is a resource to be treasured. Good Causes funding enable the organisations in this category to protect, preserve and promote local heritage for the betterment of their communities. It is with great delight that I can now announce that the winner of the National Lottery Good Causes Heritage Award is Wildlife Rehabilitation Ireland.
Wow.
Well, Heidi, you're unmuted this time.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be our first winner today?
Wow, it's amazing. It's going to take a minute to kind of get used to the idea. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. I have to agree, it's great work they're doing out there, and amazing people doing super work.
Oh, that's wonderful. I can tell how excited you are. Tell us briefly about the plans for the Wildlife Rehabilitation Hospital. Obviously, this prize will be a big help there.
Huge, and we're in desperate need for whatever support we can get, because it's such a huge undertaking. We're located out in Meath in a place called Tara Neri. Great landlord guy. They had a pub that wasn't being used over the COVID time, and he had space out the back. So we were very grateful for that space to get started. There's hundreds of people involved all over the country. We have rehabbers that take the animals when they're injured and they need to be minded till they go back to the wild. So we're only just begun, really, and this is a fantastic time to get support, and we really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's fantastic.
It is fantastic, and congratulations to you, Heidi, and all at Wildlife Rehabilitation Ireland. And now let's go back to Sonia to find out why the judges selected you the winners.
The judges selected Wildlife Rehabilitation Ireland because their volunteers demonstrated incredible passion, dedication, advocacy, leadership and commitment. They commented that the WRI's vision, courage and ambition in building Ireland's first wildlife hospital is truly inspiring.
Congratulations once again. We mentioned it briefly there, but let's take a look at what our finalists are competing for. Each category winner will receive €10,000, while the overall winner today will receive a prize of €25,000. And all our winners will be presented with a beautiful handcrafted trophy by Blessington artists Calnan and Anhoy to commemorate their win in this year's awards. So our next category is sport and recreation, and let's meet the wonderful finalists.
Welcome to RATOATH Athletic Club. We are a sports facility where we train young children and teenagers and adults in all aspects of athletics, such as track and field, road running, cross country and marathon running.
Hello, I'm Pat Tarrant, Chairman of KANTURK Cycling Club. We're here at the club's velodrome in KANTURK in North Cork. This velodrome, which is a 250 metre track, was funded by the National Lottery.
We're a folk community sports. We're running an inclusive club in Raphoe town based on the principles of allowing all to play.
Hello everybody, welcome to South Dublin Taekwondo Club here in Thamhlachta in Dublin. We are an Olympic style Taekwondo club coaching from all levels, from grassroots up to Olympic level Taekwondo.
My name is Sean Halden. I am cultural officer at Ballinturber GAA.
Turk, what is it that your cycling club provides for the community? Cycling has exploded as a sport of interest in Ireland, hasn't it? Joan, I think you're still on mute. Are you with me, Joan?
Sorry, Grania.
No problem
Sorry,
at all.
Grania, I forgot to unmute.
No problem at all.
Just to answer your question, we're involved in all categories sport of the cycling, including racing and leisure, and we have our velodrome, as you know, in KANTURK, and we're very proud of it.
Absolutely, and why shouldn't you be? Liam from Raphoe Community Sports, make sure you're on mute. You're not on mute, Liam. Tell me about your community spirit there in Raphoe.
Yeah, as you can see behind me, I've been inundated with pictures and good wishes this week. And the community spirit here is just phenomenal. Our club hadn't got a home office for over 40 years. And that's how we managed to open it last year during once we get out of lockdown. Number 6 came to what is now our new room. So
yeah, okay.
Battle over 40 years to get there, but the community has been behind us all the way.
That's wonderful. Sinead from RATOATH Athletic Club. Is it a close community that you've got there training together? I suppose you've had challenges in the last year, but how do you think things are going to go now that restrictions are loosening?
Things are going brilliant. We've actually had huge amounts of new members joining the club, so there's been a lot of people out on the roads running and keeping active during lockdown, and it really shows. All the young children and the adults in the community are all out running and starting to pick up athletics and sport, which is great for ourselves.
That's fantastic. Liam from Shankill Tennis Club is missing, so we're going to go back to Sean in Ballinturber, I think, are we? Sean, are you with us?
I'm here.
I don't know where you went there, Sean. You put the heart crossways in me there for a second. I mean, you're a big part. GAA is such a big part of country life in Ireland. Tell us about the impact you're having on your community and members.
Yeah, well, we're a very small rural community, you know, five or six rural villages, really. You know, Ballyglass, Carnacun, Ballinturber, Killawalla, Clogher, Eru. We've only one supermarket in the whole of the parish. It's a very small place and a fierce history of immigration and all of that. So the GAA club is really at the heart of the community in many, many ways. And we didn't have any sort of facilities to cater for our communities. So, you know, with the help of the National Lottery funding, we now have excellent facilities at 2 of our locations in Ballinturber and Clogher.
Alan from South Dublin Taekwondo, you spoke there about literally going from the beginner right up to Olympic level. But I'm sure there is friendships there and close bonds that form that last a long time outside of competition even.
Oh, certainly. It's, as we say, being part of Taekwondo, it's a global family. So there's so many coaches and clubs around the country. We get to travel in around inter-county and also across Europe and beyond. And certainly the friends and, you know, relations you meet up and build, you know, you get to try and get to mix different qualities and experiences. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's amazing.
That is wonderful. Liam from Shankill Tennis Club. You were talking about there about your inclusiveness and inviting people in. Sport really does unite a community, doesn't it?
So sorry, I'm not getting all of your question there.
Okay,
so
Liam, don't worry.
If I just maybe
I'll repeat it.
If I can tell you, maybe? Okay.
I'll repeat the question. We were talking just about how sport can really unite a community such as yourselves.
Yeah, thanks. So it does. We, about 5 or 6 years ago, we started to enable people with disabilities to come play tennis. So we would now have 50 or 60 of the folks playing with about 6 different disabilities, you know, members of the club. So it's great for the folks involved and great for the club.
That is wonderful, and wishing you all the best going forward to have more and more people joining. Thank you all. Isn't it just amazing the impact that sport and recreation has across the whole country? Now, our next guest presenter is Munster and Ireland rugby player Conor Murray. Conor, of course, will be heading to South Africa this summer for his 3rd consecutive tour as part of the 2021 Lions squad. Conor, it's over to you now to announce the winner of the sport and recreation category.
Ireland is a proud sporting nation. With help from Good Causes funding, these organisations promote the importance of sport and access to it for communities and sports teams across the country. I'm absolutely thrilled to announce that the winner of the National Lottery Good Causes Sports and Recreation Award is Raphoe Community Sports Development.
I can hear the congratulations. The postcards and all the drawings from the kids worked. Congratulations. This must really be the icing on the cake for you.
It is more than the icing on the cake for me. Like, totally unexpected. Lost for words, I think. So it's just been an amazing journey. Just being part of this, and for, as I said, for the community, it's just been such a battle for 40 years. So,
you seem emotional. Tell me what's causing that.
I suppose I've been part of this club for all of my life. My dad, his actually anniversary is tomorrow. It was just lost for words.
I can only imagine. That's a lot of emotion. And you know, of course, that your dad would be so proud of what you've gone on to achieve, having led the way for you in the years past. We're so proud of you ourselves, and I know the whole community will be talking now and clapping you on the back virtually because they can't be in the room with you. So Liam and all of you at Raphoe Community Sports Development, well done. And we're going to go back to Conor now to find out exactly why the judges picked you.
For 40 years, Raphoe Soccer Club wandered from site to site, playing their matches, coaching youngsters and supporting their community. Now they have a home that is truly theirs. But they have not forgotten the harsh lessons of isolation and homelessness. The judges were deeply impressed by their use of soccer to integrate, peace build and promote cross-border cooperation.
It's truly a wonderful story. Now, we asked you at the top of the show to get involved by sharing photos of the finalists and yourselves tuning in for today's ceremony using the hashtag Good Causes Awards, and we're looking forward to seeing your pics. OK, our next award is a Gradam Specialta Robsúda Aibríon leis an Gaeilge a chothú, a Chiimhrú agus a Churchan Cín. Is showed Luchar in Changasha Aganya. The Irish language is a national treasure, but despite its strength, it does face, as we know, many challenges. She had butcheri on the Gradam Show, Gaelphobal, Thamhlachta im Lough. Gaelphobal Tala are the worthy winners today, and I'm delighted to be joined by the winner of the Irish Language Award, Paul O'Mara, representing Gaelphobal. Paul, co-gorgeous ochri. A ruda Shaw Vishib Chapshib Gumruchshib?
Well, it's okay, Vimers no Meath stock ta galore Dulcan Kino have na Gaelge Dowlach le Thamhlachta ta pobl fear leider. O have na Gaelge da a couple of blain o hen steer us a Honig and COVID. Duskel mid Caffelan Gaelge I Greelar an Trad Valiant Chen Vicha Dublin Yark on Yartagus le Cone of Day Fisher Ashrosh Oskalt I gawn couple of Shachtanella in our era Granny Taman Shaw her count winter hollock her count Phobal na Gaelge Dowlach tomorrow. Is each a thought treasure in our era.
I was hoping that a vegan focal. If you could explain to those who might be interested in learning Irish and might be inspired by your story, what should they do to become more involved?
Yeah, well, Tá cafe Roskil to Gachtan, and the cafe is open to everybody. It's an Irish language cafe, but in certain sense it's a bilingual cafe. So there's a whole spectrum of ability in terms of Irish language. Some people are at the start of the spectrum, some people are in the middle, some people at the end, but start where you are and move ahead.
Yes.
Agus pe Gaeilge tá gut.
Úsáidí.
Agus sinne agus tá we have a phrase Shanokal Lárnach tá buint leis nagras ná Lauri agus Marishi. Speak her and she will live. Ní leon bhahas ganí a Lord caiitú a Lord chun go make she bio.
Agus Thamhlachta.
Sinne.
Gurmila Madafol. I'd like to share the judges' comments with you, what they said about your initiative. They said the Irish language is truly thriving in Tallaght, thanks to the incredible work of Gaelphobal Thamhlachta. This innovative project integrates the Irish language into daily life, as you said, bringing together all ages, genders and interests through the shared love of the languages. And the judges were deeply impressed by their approach, which has resulted in Irish being a living language in this urban Dublin community. Cóhordas. And here is your award. Shavi de Gradam. Cóhordas. Thank you so much. Our special guest performer captured the hearts of the nation last New Year's Eve through her stunning performance, as we saw, of the Saw Doctors N17 with the RTE National Concert Orchestra. We're thrilled she's joining us today to celebrate the achievements of Ireland's good causes, accompanied on harp by Aisling Lyons. Performing Used to Be, please welcome Tolu McKay. Wasn't that magical? Absolutely beautiful. Tola McKay, accompanied by Aisling Lyons on harp. Okay, let's go back now and meet more of our wonderful finalists. Where is Amanda Ross from Naas Community First Responders? Amanda, if you can unmute, we can have a chat. So let me get this right. You and Becky and your fellow volunteers in the Naas Community First Responders literally dropped everything, to assist others in your community who need urgent medical attention. What's the best bit about being involved with this?
It's basically making a difference as best we can in our community. It's responding to calls 24/7, 365. We go out the community and respond to cardiac arrests and chest pain calls, and just helping the patient and helping the family, and basically coming together and training as a community and helping the community learn new skills, really.
It's wonderful work. It really is wonderful work, and I wish you every success going forward. I'm going to talk now to Elaine Grehan of the Irish Deaf Society. Elaine, you're the advocacy manager. Why is advocacy so important, do you think?
Hello there.
Hi.
I am so excited to be here. Now, on behalf of the Irish Deaf Society, we're very proud of the language that we have, which is Irish Sign Language, because it creates our own identity and it's ensuring access to society. And obviously, to get access, there are challenges because of the language barriers.
And that's something, obviously, that maybe Irish language advocates would be able to echo. But how do you get over that, Elaine? How do you move forward?
I'm just going to repeat the question. I'm just having a problem just seeing the screen. Just a moment. Would you be okay to repeat the question again,
Absolutely,
please?
Elaine. My question was, I suppose I was echoing that advocacy is important, especially when there are language barriers. You spoke about that yourself. And what I was saying was that maybe Irish language advocates would also experience that. How do you grow inclusivity amongst the community?
Okay, so in terms of including the community, it's about working with public services, private sector, to ensure that there's a bridge, that there's a gap between the deaf community and the hearing community. And like I said, the language barrier between both is but with advocacy is to ensure inclusion, but also training and empowering the deaf community to have the confidence to become involved in society.
Absolutely, and it's such important work. Thank you, Elaine, for speaking to that, and to Amanda earlier on as well. So now we're going to go back to the awards. And our next category is the Youth Award. So let's find out more about our 6 wonderful finalists.
Hi, welcome to Autism Support Lough and Meath Youth Clubs. We run 4 weekly youth clubs for children, teenagers and young adults with autism. We have over 80 members in our youth clubs.
Hi everyone, my name is Micheál Griffith. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm CEO of Belong to Youth Services, Ireland's national LGBTI plus youth organisation.
My name is LETTERKENNY. I'm the CEO and Clinical Director of Blue Box Creative Arts Psychotherapy for Children and Youth here in Roxburgh in Limerick.
I'm Catherine Murphy and I'm the team leader in Focus Ireland's PEAT service. That stands for Preparation for Education, Training and Employment.
And welcome to the Millennium Family Resource Centre. My name is Julie O'Halloran. I'm the Assistant Manager here with special responsibility for family support.
I'm Bernadette Connolly from the Irish Pilgrimage Trust. We provide volunteer supported holidays to groups of children and young people with additional needs in our special holiday homes in Ireland.
I'm delighted now to meet our finalists in the youth category. It might sound like a cliche that's often been trotted out, but young people are our future. Monica from Belong to Youth Services, tell us about what your organisation does to help young people reach their potential and live happier lives.
Well, we work with hundreds of young people in Dublin and across Ireland, aged 14 to 23, who might be discovering that they're LGBT, discovering about their sexual orientation or gender identity. And we provide them with safe, welcoming places for them to meet other young people just like them. And we also then work with schools and youth services and other services across the country to make sure that they're welcoming, safe and inclusive spaces for LGBT young people so that, as you said, they can become accepting of themselves, love themselves and reach their full potential and thrive.
Really important work. What about you, Bernadette, from Blue Box Creative Learning Centre? It's been an extraordinary year in terms of learning. Has that created an opportunity for you to step in and play a greater role?
Yeah, we do creative arts therapy, Grania, with the children and young people here in Limerick, most disadvantaged and marginalised, who during COVID often didn't have access to social media or through the lens of the camera. Mm-hmm. It can be very difficult. So we stayed open. We did do Zoom with children, Zoom therapy with children, and we stayed open and brought children in safely, obviously. And a lot of parents were very relieved with that, and so were the children, because isolation created more anxiety and sometimes more danger for the children that we serve.
Absolutely. Catherine from Focus Ireland, the services you provide are vital, really, because more children and young people have been affected than ever before.
Absolutely, and nobody chooses to become homeless, and we represent the people who are invisible, and we run a preparation for education, training and employment service, and we meet people where they're at. So we support them with upskilling and training that will lead them directly to employment. So it's all around just ensuring that they exit homelessness or hopelessly prevent homelessness as well.
Andrew from Autism Support Lough and Meath. Again, this has been an extraordinary year. How did you adapt to it in assisting young people with autism in your region?
Well, it has hit everywhere, and including us. So in order to combat this, the Zoom meeting platform has been very helpful, and it's every week I create quizzes for all the members of the U Club on any particular topic, and it's like every time the winner gets to choose a team, and I create a quiz on that team.
And are you very good at putting quizzes together if you're doing it every week? You must be a quiz master at this stage.
Unfortunately, yes, I've come to the title amongst a few other things.
Oh, I wish we had more time to talk. Thank you for that. Julie from the Millennium Family Resource Centre. Tell me about how you motivate young people and how important that is for them to come out into the world and reach their potential.
I suppose as a family resource centre, we provide services right across the age ranges, and I suppose in particular for the initiative we're here for is around our youth counselling, and I suppose we're very much needs led, and we respond as issues arise, and particularly I suppose in the last couple of years the whole issue of youth mental health has been on everybody's agenda. And I suppose with help from the National Lottery we were able to expand our already counselling service that we have in place to include youth, and to be able to provide that service and that support for young people who are struggling, be it from anxiety, depression, right up to much more serious sort of issues such as self-harm and suicide ideation. And I suppose in terms of sort of helping people to, and particularly in this case for young people to be able to give them the tools and the strategies they need to be able to get back to a good place, I suppose, really. So that's a huge focus of the work that we do at the moment.
Yeah, that's the goal. Well done. Bernadette from the Irish Pilgrimage Trust. Tell me about the support and reassurance you provide to young people.
Well, we've been, since 1972, the Irish Pilgrimage Trust has been offering holidays to young people with additional needs. So we're all about young people with additional needs and giving them an opportunity to go on holidays without their parents or guardians. And within our holidays, they can do so because of the wonderful efforts of our volunteers who organise the holidays and facilitate them and provide the medical support and arrange it so that when they're on holidays with us, they are the VIPs. They are the centre of attention. And people with additional needs don't always get a chance to have that rite of passage where they go on holidays without their parents because of their needs. And this, what we do, gives them that opportunity. And it gives the parents and the guardians a break sometimes from caring, which they may also need.
I can imagine that it's amazing for their confidence and that they come back far more outgoing and everybody's rested.
And that's what we see, Grania. It's just amazing the difference from when they join the Friendship Week and have to wave bye-bye to their parent or guardian. They're terrified and shy. And then at the end of the week, you know, you almost have to peel them away.
Yeah, because they're swaggering home.
They've grown and they've developed such confidence and such just happiness.
I can only imagine.
Change.
Wonderful, absolute. Transformative, I would say. Thank you, guys.
It is.
Young people really need support to learn, grow, and reach their true potential. What an amazing selection of finalists we have in this category. Thank you to all of you for chatting to me. And now I'm delighted to call on radio presenter, National Lottery presenter, and Today's Show reporter, Blonage Tracy, to announce the winner of the youth category. Blonage, over to you.
Young people are our future. These incredible organisations used good causes funding to support, motivate and encourage young people all across Ireland to reach their full potential. It is a great honour to announce the winner of the National Lottery Good Causes Youth Award is Autism Support, Lough and Meath.
Quizmaster Andrew, congratulations. You're in shock. Tell me what you're feeling right now.
Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. A bit too much if you ask me.
It's never too much. It's never too much. I'm going to tell you what the judges said, Andrew. They were really impressed by the work in Autism Support Lough and Meath. And they've been they're full of praise for what you've achieved. Now, you've been a member of the club and are now a leader with the company. How important is the club to you yourself?
It teaches most about social skills and to share common interests, and helps them build the skills necessary in order to cope with society, and to help them to, and certainly helps me to enhance my skills and particularly my intelligence, which has been levelled superior in a number of subjects.
I believe you. I believe you. So what's next for you, Andrew? World domination, what's next?
Well, let's not go quick into that assumption, but...
You'll enjoy this win anyway, won't you? You'll enjoy this.
Yeah, well, the club here is going a bit bananas at the moment with the win.
I can imagine. I think I can see your screen shaking from people jumping up and down, actually.
Yeah, well, ask your crowd.
I'm going to give you a little bit more information. Yay! I'm going to give you a little bit more information from Blonage now about what the judges had to say and why they picked you.
The judges were deeply impressed by the impact that Autism Support Lough and Meath has on the young people that it serves. It's so much more than a support group. It's a safe space of friendship, activity and fun. The judges concluded, Autism Support Lough and Meath truly is an example of best practice supports for young people delivered with humanity, humility and humour.
You can really feel the humour there in Lough Meath. Our fifth award today is Health and Wellbeing. We have another 6 impressive finalists in this category, so let's find out more about them.
Children in Hospital Ireland
support children in hospital and their families. Our 500 volunteers bring play and recreation into 14 paediatric centres all around Ireland.
I'm Nolene Blackwell from Dublin Rape Crisis Centre. We work to prevent the harm of sexual violence and abuse and to heal the trauma that it causes.
My name is Jacqueline Daly and I'm the Director of Services at East Galway and Midlands Cancer Support. We provide support for anybody diagnosed with cancer, their family and friends.
LAURALYNN is Ireland's only children's hospice. We provide care and support to children with life-limiting conditions and their families.
My name is Becky and I am with Naas Community First Responders. We work alongside the National Ambulance Service, responding to calls for cardiac arrest, heart attack, stroke and choking.
Alan Broderick here from Lough Access for All, up here in Ballylee, County Roscommon. I'm the project leader and skipper on this wonderful vessel that allows for independent onboarding and disembarkation for wheelchair users and people with reduced mobility.
Got a heart full of love. What an impressive category and amazing finalists. Health means something different to each and every one of us, but as we've really discovered in the last year, it matters so much. Anna from the Children's Hospital Ireland, what's the motivation that drives you to deliver such excellence in what you do?
Well, we've been working with families since 1970 with an amazing team of volunteers, which is the main part of the service why we're here today. We've got 500 volunteers who go in and play with children in hospital. Play is such a huge part of their recovery. And I think really it's just our volunteers, our 500 volunteers get more out of going in and visiting the children in hospital than the children do themselves. So it's good for everybody. It's good for parents. They get a break. They can take a walk, take a shower, get a cup of coffee. Good for the volunteers and great for the children and young people as well.
Giving is so good for the soul, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Nolene from the Dublin Rape Crisis Centre, never before, I think, has, sexual assault and, harming others in that way been to the fore. Of course, your work, even when it's not in the news agenda, never ends.
Yeah, but it was very important that we were able to keep going. And in a sense, it was thanks to lottery funding that we had capacity to keep everything going during the pandemic, when home just wasn't the safe place for everybody that you'd like it to have been. So thanks again to our staff and volunteers and that funding, we were able to keep the helpline going 24/7, continue our therapy and our services to accompany people in difficult situations, like when they're going to court or to a Garda station. We're able to keep all of those services going. So at a time where I think people are beginning to talk about sexual violence as a reality, we're beginning to recognise the harm. And that's where our health response comes in, hopefully to recognise that the harm can be healed. And so we feel we have a hopeful mission as well.
Absolutely, yes, that you can, as you said, heal and move forward, and it won't define you. That's wonderful. Jacqueline from the East Galway and Midlands Cancer Support. What you do is really wonderful. I mean, cancer affects not just the person suffering it, but their entire loved ones, their core family, doesn't it?
It does indeed, and that's why here at the centre we support the whole family. So from children right up to partners. Sometimes it's maybe a sister or a brother, but whoever is affected, we support them here through counselling, complementary therapies. We take people to Galway for the radiotherapy. We ensure that they get there safely. And here at the centre, we support, give people a safe place. So when they're here, it's a safe place. They can say what they have to say, and it's left here behind them, so they can go back out and face the world.
It is important to be able to give people the permission to voice what they really feel, even if it mightn't be popular.
Oh, 100%. And even over COVID, we would say when this started, we had one counsellor. We've now gone to 10. So wow. the whole strain on mental health has been absolutely huge. So when someone is here, we look at them as a whole. It's not just a cancer patient. They're looked at as a whole, and we do our best to treat them like that.
Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I'm so glad you were able to increase the support available to everybody and continued success. Niamh from the LAURALYNN Ireland's Children's Hospice, this has to be one of the most heart-wrenching things you can ever really deal with a child with life-limiting or terminal illness, and what you do is just so valuable.
Yeah, thank you, Grania. And actually, I always feel like such an honour to represent the LAURALYNN Children's Hospice for me. So I'm here representing the staff and the care staff that work there and our families that come to be cared for. And it is, nobody ever wants to think about a children's hospice. And it gets to all of us. I've had 2 kids since I started working there. So it is, I can understand how people feel about a hospice, certainly a children's one. But actually LAURALYNN is very much about life. It's about colour. It's about the magic that is life and what you can do with the time that you have. And that's what our staff are so skilled at doing. Every minute counts, every hour counts. And families that come to us are asked what goals or what ambitions and what they would like to experience with their child. And no matter if we are working with that family for hours or for years, we make sure that we get all of those goals reached for those families. So it's a magical place. It's extremely special. But I would say that it is a happy place that is just filled with love. Our staff don't go to work, they go to care, and they do that day in, day out, and they haven't missed a beat since the health pandemic started.
You're making me emotional. The very best of luck to you and all the fairies and the angels that you work with who go into care there. Amanda from the Naas Community First Responders. Amanda, what you do is really fantastic. And of course, Kildare has been the centre of quite a number of, I suppose, rapid rises in numbers during the last year in COVID and snap lockdowns. How has that been for you guys responding to that?
Well, the network of community first responders was stood down initially at the start of COVID. But recently in the last number of months, we've all been standing back up responding again. It has taken an awful lot of training to get us back there, and with great support from the National Ambulance Service. So we're all fully trained in PPE now, all the groups that are responding. So we respond a different way. We respond fully kitted out in PPE just to protect ourselves and our families. But we still respond 24/7, 365, to cardiac arrests.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Really great work. And Alan from Lough, Access for All. We like to think we're moving forward in this country in terms of infrastructure with people for disabilities. But what you have achieved is something that many of us mightn't have thought of. But I'm sure it provides such a wonderful new window on the world for people who haven't had the opportunity before.
Thank you, Grania. It's a wonderful honour to be here today on the shores of Lough and indeed the bank of the River Shannon, presenting to you here today. Lough Access for All came about because we recognised there was a deficiency and in fact barriers there for people with reduced mobility to access the wonderful inland waters in Ireland. So a bunch of us got together 5 years ago, put our heads together and said what we need to do is procure a specialised bespoke vessel that would enable people with disability, reduced mobility, to actually get out on our lakes and rivers, and that is what we did. And in fact, it took 5 years to raise funding and to get traction. But we now have this wonderful vessel, which is behind me here with all our volunteers and our crews. And we're now open for business, welcoming everyone to come along and enjoy the beauty of Lough and the River Shannon. And this is what we do now. We offer accessibility to everyone. The barriers are down, folks. We're open for business.
That's fantastic. And the weather and the bird song, it's all playing along for you there and creating a wonderful picture. Thank you all. What a joy it is to chat to such amazing and inspirational people. It's time now to meet another of our guest presenters today, Luke O'Neill. We all know him over the last year. He's Professor of Biochemistry in the School of Biochemistry and Immunology. Well done. Congratulations. Alan, you must be thrilled. Alan, can you hear me? On the shores of Lough. I don't think we have Alan right now. I'm going to say congratulations, and what we'll try and get back to Alan, but we're going to go back to Professor Luke O'Neill first of all, to find out more about why the judges selected this particular project.
Innovation is at the heart of Lough Lanesborough Angling Hub. They understand that a disability can be a barrier to enjoying the great outdoors. They designed and developed a craft and trained a crew to change that. For thousands of people with disability, every day is lockdown. But this accessible boat is an escape into nature and onto the water.
And I'm sure it's a very important escape. Alan, are you heading off on a victory sail up the river now?
Well, I'm absolutely overjoyed for everyone here in the two communities that we won this award today. It's a recognition for all of the volunteers, the hard work that went on, but the two communities of Ballyleague and Lanesborough here on the bank of the river came together, got behind this with the statutory agencies and indeed all the care facilities in the area. And it just means, Gráinne, a new dawn for people with disabilities. They can now get out on this river behind me, this serpentine, iconic river, Lough, and everyone now has accessibility and can feel that they're being treated equally, which to me is what it's all about. It's all about fairness and equality.
Absolutely. Who's behind you there is getting their sea wheels today?
I'm going to say, well, that's Dorothy Coyle, one of our loyal, great supporters.
Hi,
there
Dorothy.
From Roscommon Town. We have in the background then Liam Finnegan, a fellow skipper, Adrian Osterloh, and Mary Tierney, another skipper, all trained up there last autumn with BIM and became passenger boat skippers, licensed, and they have all dedicated themselves to getting this project over the line.
Fantastic. Well, I wish you well on your victory lap up the river, and I hope you have some bubbles, whether it's Sidona or fizzy water, that you have something nice to drink as you head up and enjoy the sunshine. Congratulations to Alan and Lough Access for All. Well done again.
Thank you, folks, and goodbye here from the bank of the River Shannon.
Now, before we come to our Community Award, we're delighted to welcome back Tolu McKay to perform a second stunning number for you.
I get it, I understand. It's hard to get up in the morning time. This 9 to 5, you're knowing your life. Feeding someone's dreams, which is on the side. I get it, I understand it. Weight on your shoulder got you on your knees. Air's getting thinner, but it's hard to breathe. It's no surprise that you lasted this long, but because you are enough. You are enough. Love yourself more. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. Love yourself more. Hey. Listen, you're a pretty flower in the concrete jungle. You hold so much power, but you choose to humble every effort, every lesson that you question helps the blessings. No need for stressing. We ain't all perfect. It's gonna take some practice. Maybe you should notice that it's you in focus. We ain't all perfect. It's gonna take some practice. Maybe you should notice that it's you in focus. You are enough. You are enough. Love yourself more. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. Love yourself more. Hey, you're a pretty flower in the concrete jungle. You hold so much power, but you choose to humble every effort, every lesson that you question helps the blessings. No need for stressing. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough.
Another another inspirational performance. Thank you to Aisling Lyons and Tolu McKay for that message of you are enough on a day when we're celebrating the difference that groups make. You can also make a difference yourself, and you are enough. Okay, up next we have the Community Award, and let's meet the 6 finalists in this category.
Hello, Pádraig Keith, Chairman of Dangan GA.
Hiya, Dave Walsh, Vice Chairman, Dangan GA.
We're a club in the Midlands, in Offaly, the middle of Offaly. We're 130 years old. We're the only real sporting organisation in the town of Dangan.
We are Headway Limerick. We provide services and supports for adults with an acquired brain injury.
My name is Brian Killorn and I'm the CEO of the Immigrant Council of Ireland. We're a national level non-governmental organisation and independent law centre who works to secure the rights of migrants and their families in Ireland.
My name is Michael Finn. I'm the chairperson of KCCP, which provides for services from the cradle to the grave.
Hi, I'm Paddy Connolly, the CEO of Age Action. Age Action was established in 1992 and advocates for equality and human rights for all of us as we age.
Another very diverse selection of finalists there, all making a significant impact in their own community. And what struck me about this category is how committed you all are to meeting the needs of others. Pádraig from Dangan GAA, if you can hear me and if you're unmuted, what drives you?
I have you there, Gráinne, yeah.
I'm delighted, Pádraig. What drives you to provide these incredible supports? That field looks fantastic.
It's the sense of community around Dangan, Gráinne. We're a small little village in the middle of Offaly, and there's not really a lot to us, but our sense of community and our sort of community spirit. It's a focal point for everyone here in the community, between a walking track and we're in the middle of building a new building. It keeps us going. It's that sense that every time you get up, we're all chatting, all talking, all together, helping each other out and really sort of putting our shoulder to the wheel when people need us. And it's a great little community, and that's what keeps us going.
It sounds inspirational. Thanks a million for that. Kate from Headway Limerick. Tell me about hello there. Tell me about providing opportunity to those who integrate with your services, who access what you do.
So we provide supports and services for adults living with acquired brain injury. So I suppose we aim to provide individualised supports to adults. We provide vocational support, rehabilitative training, day services, family support, psychology and counselling. I suppose every community there's someone living with a brain injury.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much a hidden disability, and the National Lottery funding has given us the opportunity to allow clients to reach their individual goals and to get the word out there and raise awareness for brain injury.
And you've so many strings to your bow within Headway. Well done on all your great work. Elaine from the Irish Deaf Society, we were speaking earlier on. Do you think that Irish society in general is more receptive to integrating more with you guys and sharing your vision for the future?
Yes, that is correct. Quite recently, the Irish Sign Language Act was passed by President Higgins in 2017. This ensures that we have greater access to services. Now, we currently still have challenges and struggles. However, we are aiming towards positive change to ensure that the deaf community can fully participate in society.
Wonderful, and I wish you all the best of luck. Things can only go from strength to strength. Brian from the Immigrant Council of Ireland.
Hey, Gráinne.
Hello there. We have wonderful stories of people all over the country integrating, becoming part of the community and really making meaningful contributions to Irish society. But there is a lot of work to do, isn't there?
There is, I suppose we always say that Ireland isn't becoming a diverse society. It is a diverse society, and that's massively positive. It's a sign of a healthy country. But it does bring with it challenges. We have to meet people halfway, and we always say integration is a two-way process. So as a country, we need to make sure that we do things like challenge racism, that we ensure people have their rights enshrined and kind of can be reunited with their families, the type of things that are so massively important to all of us. And that we essentially make sure that people get the opportunity to be included and to participate. And it's our pleasure and our kind of honor to be able to work in that space for the last 20 years. It's incredibly invigorating, and it's hard work, but you get to the situation where you see a family reunited and they come in and they visit and you kind of go, wow, everything's worth it. You know, the hard slog is always worth it.
You must get so much job satisfaction when a situation like that happens, where you are working with somebody and then they're finally reunited with those they love the most. It's continued success to you. Tiernan from the Kilbarrack Coast Community Programme. Educating the community is very, very important to you, isn't it? Can you please unmute? I know you're speaking, but we can't hear you. Can you unmute there?
I can indeed. Sorry about that, Granny.
Now you're with us. Now we can hear your dulcet tones.
I was too enthusiastic to get in. I didn't even turn this down.
There's nothing wrong with enthusiasm. I love it. Tell us more about your project.
Yeah, I suppose we're kind of a community-led organisation, and I suppose we believe in kind of leaving nobody behind. And if you look at the kind of analogy about, you know, it takes a village to rear a child, I suppose when a community comes together to support itself, it's a very, very strong thing indeed. So we basically, we look after everybody from the cradle to the grave, so young people all the way through. There might be some issues with people that might have drug addiction or whatever. We support them to make themselves a better life.
That's wonderful work. And Paddy from Age Action Ireland, this must have been a tough year on older people, because obviously, you know, older, more vulnerable people have had to isolate themselves, and yet you're there trying to combat exclusion. That must have been an extra challenge in the last year.
Yeah, it has been a particularly tough year for older people, and not for wider society, but I think older people are incredibly resilient, shown themselves to be. Traditionally, it's older people who are out doing the volunteering. You know, they give over 40 million hours of volunteering every year. So It's been difficult for them not to be the ones stepping up to help at this time, and difficult for them to be needing help when they are so independently minded. But it's been a huge country, or a huge year for older people. But many of them have shown a willingness to get online and get active, and that's what our Getting Started digital skills program does. It gets people up online, gets them included, and that's why this category award for us is really important.
Absolutely. Thank you, Paddy. What an incredible group of finalists we have here. Now, before we announce the winner of the community category, I want to say a huge thank you to our judging panel for today's awards. Nuala Carey, who you're going to meet a little later on, chaired the judging panel, and she was joined by Fergus Finlay, Seamus Griffin and Jennifer Crowe. They spent, when I say days, they spent days and days reviewing and scoring every application and meeting all of our finalists. They really applied themselves, and we appreciate their dedication and their commitment very, very, very much. Okay, our next guest, Fergus Finlay, was part of our judging panel for this year's awards. I've just mentioned him. Fergus is well known to us all. He has many strings to his bow, and he's had an impact on Irish life for many years. He's been a campaigner, a political advisor, a broadcaster and a writer, but always at the core of his being, he's an advocate for the rights of others. I'm now delighted to call on Fergus Finlay to announce the winner of the Community Award.
Community is at the heart of everything in Ireland. Helped by Good Causes funding, the finalists in this category do wonderful work to enrich the communities they call home. It is my great pleasure to announce that the winner of the National Lottery Good Causes Community Awards is the Immigrant Council of Ireland.
Congratulations, Brian. Are you surprised?
I'm delighted and surprised and humbled, really. Like, you know, I'm blown away today by everybody else, by the amazing work that everybody else is doing.
Yes.
And I think we're very humbled and very, very grateful to be considered even at all, you know. So thank you all.
The judges said that for such a small organisation, they really were bowled over by the impact of your work. Why is it so important to fight for the rights of migrants, especially right now?
Well, I think as a country, we understand migration. It's part of our history, and it's now part of our present. Migration is part of what makes Ireland successful, and we really have to work to remove barriers in front of people. Being treated or being subjected to racism is a barrier. Not having your rights enshrined is a barrier, and those barriers are unnecessary. And if we can remove those barriers, it benefits all of us as a country, and that's why we're very passionate about what we do. And very humbled to be included in the repertoire of fantastic organisations today.
Absolutely, Brian. Congratulations to you and to all at the Immigrant Council of Ireland. And we're going to go back to Fergus now to find out a little bit more about why the judges selected you.
The dedication and determination of the Immigrant Council of Ireland shone through in this category. This tiny organisation works tirelessly to represent the rights and needs of migrants in Irish society, to protect the vulnerable, and to tackle human rights abuses. The judges were deeply impressed by their work for true and meaningful integration and by their drive to make Ireland a better place for everyone.
Well said. We are loving your social media posts today, seeing where you are, who you're supporting. Please keep sharing your pictures on your preferred social platform using the hashtag Good Causes Awards so we can share and see what you're doing. Rin chuid picturí lein go maidian an ceiliúra a ndéanach le péin. Okay, our penultimate category is the Arts and Culture Award. Arts and culture bring joy, education and inspiration to us in so many ways. So let's meet our finalists.
I'm Elaine Donovan, Development Manager with Barbaro International Arts Festival here in beautiful Galway.
Hi, I'm Elena Ryan. I'm the CEO of Children's Books Ireland, a charity and arts organisation dedicated to making every child a reader, regardless of their circumstances.
Hi, my name is Pat O'Donoghue of Cyclone Rep, and we provide plays for young people that educate, entertain and provoke discussion on a range of social issues.
Hi, I'm Loretta Urick.
And I'm Robert Connor.
And we're the artistic directors of Dance Theatre of Ireland and founders of Well Dance and Vintage Youth.
Hi, I'm Julie, I'm Creative Learning Director.
Hi, I'm Niall and I'm the Artistic Director of Graffiti Theatre Company. Graffiti is a theatre company and it's a creative centre for children and young people.
Hello everybody from the International Dublin Gay Theatre Festival. We're a small organisation of volunteers who come together every single year from the Maybank holiday to present 2 weeks of Irish and international new LGBTQ themed plays, including topics like masculinity, feminism and gender identity.
The arts do so much, don't they? We Irish love them and they really help us to make sense of the world around us. We're going to talk to our finalists now. Gareth from the International Dublin Gay Theatre Festival. How do you feel that your audiences benefit from the work that you do?
Well, I think one thing we've seen in Ireland in recent years is how allowing people to tell their stories and stories that maybe were hidden or shamed historically has really transformed our society. Mm-hmm. And we're part of that. We're here to share the stories of LGBTQ people, both in Ireland and overseas, and to bring that to the widest possible audience. And as a nation of storytellers, I think that's a really powerful way to build community and to transform our country. And we've told a lot of stories and we have a lot of stories still to tell.
Absolutely. Elaine from Barbaro International Arts Festival for Children. You are engaging with the storytellers of the new generation, these children who are coming up probably free from a lot of cultural bounds that we were born with. What is it like to work with all these beautiful children?
Well, we've been doing it now for 25 years, absolutely incredible. I think it's the fact that they have so much to give the arts community. It's so important to engage with children, not just to give them an art experience, but to engage with them and get them to collaborate with us, because they're just incredible minds. Everybody's born creative, and we just want to keep them creative as long as possible. So collaborating with young people and children is at the core of what we do.
Okay, Elena from Children's Books Ireland. Reading is so important and encouraging a love of it from a young age, isn't it?
Absolutely. And from the very start of life is one of the messages that we're trying to get out there is to it's never too young to start reading a board book or a buggy book and trying to bring that love and that habit into children's lives. So whether it's a bedtime story or having the books on the kitchen table or a shelf that the kids can reach themselves, a lot of the work we're doing is talking to their parents, guardians, families, their various adults to try and build up that enthusiasm for finding the right book for every child.
Yeah, because it opens an entire world for them, doesn't it? Once you foster that love of reading, your mind can go anywhere.
Absolutely, and especially given that we can go nowhere. I think it's been really important over the last year. We're all doing a lot of armchair travelling.
Absolutely. Peadar from the Cyclone Repertory Company. That was very interesting what you were saying there about creating this wonderful safe space for young people to come together.
Yeah, well, I think theatre can be a transformative experience. And then if you allow people to know that they can talk about an issue, say, for example, bullying, what it is, how it affects people, how it can be hurtful, how can we even be more aware of it, in a nice forum, in a kind of like a forum type of a place with a play and a discussion, and that they can talk about something that they may never talk about before, and say, and then how can we go forward from here so we can be more respectful of others and very empathetic of one another. Because once you raise empathy, you can reduce bullying.
Absolutely, that is exactly it, isn't it? Loretta and Robert from Dance Theatre Ireland, it was inspirational watching all this wonderful movement. Do you think Irish people are more open to dancing now? Not even, I suppose, what we grew up with, our own traditional dancing, but that flow of movement and expressing yourself in the way that you seem to be encouraging? I think you're muted, guys, if you'd like to hit unmute there. Have we got you back? No. Oh,
sorry.
Okay, no problem. Let's start again. This beautiful movement that you're encouraging, this wonderful way of expressing, it's not the way we were used to doing it. How are Irish people taking to it?
Fantastic. I mean, it's our mission to transform people's lives through dance. And we do that for people of all ages, children, teens, families, adults. But over in particular, we have a program, Well Dance, for seniors and people with Parkinson's and dementia. And out of this has come a performance group called Vintage Youth. And through dance, I mean, I suppose it's our gift to give to people through movement, through their own creativity, to express themselves. And they have a lot to express. They've been isolated. They've been separated from their loved ones. And, you know, we began to do the program online for over 400 people who could not see their families or their children. And they have a lot of things to say, so it builds their own creativity, their own expression. They're not alone. It's mind with the body, and it's an art. It's an art that is their privy. Everyone has that privilege to participate in the art of dance, no matter what your age. And you can find yourself and lose yourself at the same time.
It must be such a release for those people. Niall from the Graffiti Theatre Company. No more than reading, what you do seems to just ignite the imagination within children.
Hi, Grania.
Hi.
Yeah, that's absolutely it. I've been hearing the people here use the word transform so much. And I think it's so fitting to work in the arts and working with children, that moment of transformation when you give a child an opportunity to express themselves and give them the space and the time to do it. And you'll see that change within a child. They'll feel it themselves. Their friends will see it. Maybe their teachers will see it, and their world becomes a very different place. So yeah, it's giving children the opportunity to find that confidence and find that belief, and it gives them some more hope in the world as well.
Absolutely, and it's such important work at such a formative stage in your life. 6 amazing finalists. We've just chatted to them in the Arts and Culture category this year, and our next presenter is a supremely talented artist making waves at home and abroad. You've heard from her perform today, and we're looking forward to seeing her star continue to rise in the months and years ahead. To announce the winner of the Arts and Culture Award, it's back to Tolu McKay.
Thank you, Grania. Ireland is renowned all over the world for its creative strengths and talents. Finalists in this category use good causes funds to promote arts and culture throughout the country, encouraging artistic expression, cultural awareness and participation. I'm thrilled to announce that the winner of the National Lottery Good Causes Arts and Culture Award is Graffiti Theatre Company.
Niall, you weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I wish I had one of the young people here they'd be articulate in speaking. I'm a bit speechless here.
Well, you spoke
in such wonderful company.
But you spoke so beautifully about what you do, about how you put the kids at the heart of the arts experience and how it can help them. Speak to me more about that.
I've got some amazing colleagues, and some of my colleagues have actually come through youth theatre themselves, and they've felt that transformation themselves, you know. And we're very lucky. We get to work with children from birth to 18. And every week there's a story of a child who's found their voice, or a child who's seen something different in themselves. And it's a privilege to be part of those stories on a weekly basis. And I have to say that, you know, we're in quite a disadvantaged area of the city, and this award means that we can give scholarships to so many children to join us on long journeys. Graffiti. So it's just amazing.
It is amazing. Congratulations to you all at the Graffiti Theatre Company. And now Tolo is going to tell us why the judges selected you.
Graffiti Theatre Company demonstrated sheer passion, even during a pandemic. The judges were most impressed by their work with children in disadvantaged areas. They open up the arts to children in an accessible, educational and exciting way. Children are not just bystanders. Graffiti teach them to create and live their own experiences through writing and performance.
Now I'm delighted to welcome Chair of the Judging Panel of the National Lottery Good Causes Awards, Nuala Carey.
Thank you, Grania. Now, by their very definition, awards ceremonies need winners, but today that concept feels a bit disingenuous. You see, the fact of the matter is that the real winners aren't even here, because the real winners are the thousands and thousands of men and women, boys and girls, young and old, in communities and clubs all across Ireland. Their lives have been made so much brighter by the incredible work done every day by the people we're celebrating here today. To each of our finalists, I simply say, you've made that difference to the lives of others. And we know this because we've spoken to hundreds of these people, and their overwhelming, genuine gratitude towards you is truly humbling. On an occasion like this, we're celebrating the mostly unseen work you put in for the benefit of others. Whether it's a hot meal, a kind word, a place to learn in, or a welcoming environment to thrive in, the impact of what you do always takes our breath away. The sacrifices you make and the happiness you bring to so many people is, in the truest sense of the word, inspirational. You are the best of us, and it is our absolute privilege to be able to celebrate you and to thank you.
So well said, Nuala. Thank you. It is a privilege indeed. Now, before we announce our overall winner, here's a reminder of this year's finalists. This afternoon, we've met 37 amazing organisations, and we've revealed 7 fabulous, worthy category winners. Now, to announce the National Lottery Good Cause Award, it's over to the Lord Mayor of Dublin, Councillor Hazel Chu.
I am honoured to have been invited to announce the National Lottery Good Cause of the Year. But before I do, please allow me to stop for just a brief moment of reflection. As we've heard here today, there are so many incredible people in Ireland. People who work hard to care for each other and their communities. They are selfless in sharing their time, ideas, energy and skills, and they make a massive difference to the lives of others. Every single team member in each of the 37 organisations we've met here today should be so proud. Each of you go above and beyond to make this country a better place. Your work, your commitment, your kindness and your dedication make a real difference. So thank you. Thank you so much for all that you do. And now, the moment of truth. It is my very great pleasure to announce that the National Lottery Good Cause of the Year is Lottery Access for All.
Alan, that victory salute to everybody on the boat.
Thank you so much, guys. Come out here. Come out, everyone.
Come on, everyone is right.
Come out.
Alan, while the guys are making their way up to stand behind you, when you filled in the application almost a year ago, did you imagine that this could be the end where you'd be named Good Cause of the Year?
We didn't, Grania. We knew that from the people we bring out on the boat, our passengers who love the boat, and the joy in their faces is our reward. But we never thought we were ever going to go this far. But we're overjoyed. And I cannot thank all the guys behind. All of those folks there have put this together as a team, and the communities here, as I mentioned earlier, Grania. And it's just a big thank you to everyone and a shout out. We've done it, folks.
Wonderful. What will this win mean for you and the volunteers who, as you say, have worked so hard to make the dream of this accessible boat a reality?
First of all, I can say, Grania, that we have great ambitions for the money. It's been the most difficult year with COVID. We received our new boat on the 10th of August 2020. And since then, as you know, with the pandemic, we were unable to really go out and raise funds in the traditional way. So this is a most welcome injection of funds into our small project. But we've great ambitions to make it a big project and see it rolled out across the country.
Fantastic, Alan. I want to give you a little bit more about what the judges had to say about Lottery Access for All. The judges praised the boat's innovation, the creativity, accessibility and the inclusivity, all what you're talking about. And they admired the impact it has and will have on the lives of people with disabilities in your area. A truly worthy winner of the Good Cause of the Year. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much, Grania. There's such a big gathering of people here now. Hey!
Yay!
Come up here, folks. Look at that. There's a tribute to all of us here. Thank you so much, Grania, and to the judging panel. We are so proud and we're humbled as well at the same time. Thank you so much, guys.
Enjoy your celebration.
We will indeed. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to all of our incredible finalists today. It really has been inspiring stuff. And as Nuala so eloquently said earlier on, the real winners here are the hundreds and thousands of people who benefit every year from the support of local clubs and community groups. And they're all here, all of our finalists. You're all winners. You've all inspired us today. You've all told us about your projects, and it's wonderful to have met you. So thank you so much for everything that you do for your communities. Our heartfelt thanks to all of the finalists. They really do make a huge difference to make this country a better place to be in. Our thanks to the judges, of course, for their time, their huge amount of time and dedication and commitment to the Good Causes judging process. And a special word of thanks to the wonderful team at the National Lottery for all of the work that went into this year's competition. And finally, thank you to all the players of the National Lottery for supporting the work of good causes. You make a massive difference in every city, town, village and community across the country. I'm Grania Shoiga, and on behalf of the National Lottery, thank you, Micheál Martin T.D, for joining us for the 2021 Good Causes Awards.